You're listening to a Saturday night gaming podcast, The Great War, run by Tony Stevens. Hope you enjoy.
Attention, Patriots! The year is 1940 and the world stands on the edge of darkness as the iron grip of Rasputin's Russian Empire tightens across the globe. From the frozen wastes of Siberia to the bombed-out streets of Tokyo, the forces of freedom fight valiantly to hold the line against the enemy bolstered by unholy magic and terrifying technology. But fear not, brave citizens, for the United States has unveiled its greatest weapon in this battle for liberty, Squad Scion. Handpicked from the best and the brightest, these extraordinary individuals have undergone cutting-edge enhancements to become living symbols of hope. And now, 4 fresh recruits, armed with newfound powers and unshakable resolve, are ready to join the fight. These courageous heroes will face the horrors of war, sabotage the Russian war machine, and stand tall against Rasputin's monstrosity, the warriors of divinity. The road ahead will be perilous, but freedom is worth every sacrifice. So, stand at attention, soldiers! The world is watching and the time to strike for liberty is now! Good evening, brave listeners. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you to Terra Prime, the Great War, proudly presented by Saturday Night Gaming and now powered by the Apocalypse. Prepare yourselves for a journey into a world on the brink of chaos, where history has been rewritten and heroism is the last line of defense against tyranny. Tonight you'll witness the clash of courage and darkness as our valiant players navigate the rich lore of Terra Prime, unraveling secrets, facing unimaginable terrors, and standing firm against adversity the likes of which the world has never known before. It's action, it's adventure, it is history rewritten, and with a touch of the extraordinary, I might add. Now, with great excitement, I present our cast and crew, starting to my right.
That's me.
I had to think about it too.
I am Patrick Danielson. I'm being played by Dan.
Not Patrickson. Daniel
Yes.
Patrickson? No, that's not right.
I'll be going by Breaker most of the game. I expect all of you to remember that. I am a explosives expert who got experimented on, and now I get to be protected by water sometimes.
Cool.
Be on the lookout. I did accidentally dehydrate somebody to death one time, but I promise to try not to do that again.
Just releasing those secrets early on.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. And you, sir.
Don't worry, I wrote that down. It is a secret that I will give to somebody later.
That everybody else already knows. Got it. Got it.
Hopefully we'll all forget by then.
My name is John. My character is not Blast Master.
He's not the blast master. He's the explosives expert. You mean gas blaster?
He's
Or
also
gas master?
Gas Master.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He
The mass gaster.
his given name by his mother is Gaston, but he now mostly goes by Atomos.
Animus.
Thanatos.
Oh my gosh.
Animus
I knew you
thanatos.
shouldn't do this if you couldn't pronounce it.
I'm pretty sure that means the deadly wind, right?
Yeah, because my whole family was killed by Rasputin, and
Same.
so in my I don't know who you are.
Twinsies.
We haven't gotten to you
I
yet.
know who you are.
Well, that's because I'm explaining who I am.
It's happening currently.
You know I'm Gaston, and that I have allowed myself to, through experimentation, to enhance myself so that it'll fuel my revenge against that guy I mentioned earlier.
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Ah.
He has a power to make me forget. I will never forget. And that now, through experimentation, I am completely a gaseous being, poisonous gas, and I mostly have to be contained in a suit.
Special containment.
Yeah, special containment suit. I have gas powers. I can release myself into the air, causing discomfort to people around me. And
Sometimes
I think
death.
it's called passing gas is the name of the
Get them all out now. Go ahead.
We're not going to get them all out now.
Better out than in, I always say.
Yeah.
You literally never said that.
Well, just now I did.
Yeah.
You heard it. It's on
Wind,
recording.
Dust in the wind, so I'll go with it.
Dust in the wind. Okay, you. We're moving on.
I'm Jessica. I'm playing Katya Khrushchev. She also had her family killed by Rasputin. They were dissenters. He didn't like that.
This guy's been getting around.
Yeah, dissenters don't get a lot of attention, not good attention from
Yeah.
dictators.
Yeah.
Dictators and dissenters oftentimes they clash.
I heard that was how you sign up for being a guinea pig.
That's in New Guinea, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a guinea pig. That's why I'm gas now.
Oh, anyway, sorry.
You allowed yourself to be a guinea pig. Don't even. We just listened to
Yeah, it
your
doesn't
story.
matter if I allow myself.
Now, what kind of a monster allows themselves to be experimented on by a scientist
I
just
didn't
to
say
save the
that
country?
I didn't allow. I just said that I was a guinea pig, and that is a fact.
I have fought in all the countries. I was rescued by the Germans and then fought in all the countries.
I
And
fought in
now
all
I
the
ended
plus
up
one.
here.
Nice. All right. And you with the red hair.
I'm Laura and I'm playing Ellie. And I don't remember my backstory.
You're a sweet young girl from Alabama. And
Alabama.
Alabama. And
Well, that's all. You don't even.
you
have
could
to
get a
tell me.
moonburn there, but she did not. She actually joined the great fight against the Russian war machine because she doesn't like it. It's because her older brother died. Yeah.
How did
Was
you
he-
forget about your older brother?
Her older brother
It was
died.
so traumatic that I forgot.
Maybe he's much older, and she doesn't remember.
He was fighting for the armed forces against the Russian war machine. He died, and she said, "I am not going to take this. I can stand up for myself and beat these bastards."
Was he also
That's
killed
why she's
by
here.
Rasputin?
Well, I mean, by extension, probably, because everybody that's killed by the Russians is killed by Rasputin, I guess, at some
Yeah,
point.
that makes sense.
All right. So I'm Tony Stevens. I will be your GM, editor-in-chief for this game. I hope to bring everybody all of the thrilling action that they've come to know by listening to Saturday Night Gaming's podcasts. Don't forget to go back and listen to everything that's predated this because it's all awesome too. And then tune in every week for us and we will present to you the best, most exciting story about the 1940s altered history that you've ever heard while listening to this. Right? Don't you agree?
Of all the broadcasts that I've ever heard, this is definitely one of them.
Of all the broadcasts in all the world about the altered history of the 1940s, you had to listen to mine. So, without further ado, all right, now we begin. The frigid wind howls across the blood-soaked plains of the Russian motherland. Ahead, like an obsidian wound carved into the earth, rises the twisted imperial stronghold, Rasputin's citadel, where void lightning arcs against the sky, swirling with unnatural storms. Moscow burns behind its iron walls, while Tsarist banners whip violently from half-collapsed towers. The final battle has begun. The world has brought its last champions to this place. Now you stand united at the very edge of history. The hour of reckoning has arrived. All right, so this is where you are. You're beginning the final offensive against the Empire, the Russian Empire. You are on the icy plains and the shadowed outskirts of Moscow. You have lots of snow whipping through ruined factories, covering a lot of land. So you're probably going to have to, like if you're trying to perceive surroundings, you're not just not seeing things because you don't have eyes. You're probably a little bit snowblind too, all right? Because there's going to be a lot of whiteout going on. And as we all know from blizzards and any research we've done about blizzards, that is a very real problem like this. All right, so they're going to be around a lot of the ruined factories from all of the war fighting. You've got the SARS banners are hanging all around, kind of showing where the fortified bunkers are. And there is a void energy storm that is crackling on the horizon. So it's very unnatural, very unsettling. Your big point here, what you know your task to be from coming here, is that you need to coordinate the full might of the Allied forces, which Dr. Stein gave you the capability of even gathering in the first place. Coordinate those forces and coordinate that final assault against the Russian Empire. This is the world. This is the world of Terra Prime, and your ability to see it having a future rests in your abilities to be tactical, coordinated, and efficient. Or crazy as fuck and just go at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
now you're
so
talking.
question.
Repeat that again?
Crazy as fuck.
Just say that all over again, please.
So
I heard what I needed to hear.
the pinned message at the top is Project Avalon,
Yes.
but we've got other people too, right?
Yeah, we've got Alpha Squad.
And that was sent. I
So
think-
currently what you have is the French Resistance, which is Elise
Hold
LaFleur.
on. Is Alpha Squad start with Frankie?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pin that message too. So then both of the top pinned messages will be basically our 2 squads that we can pull from. Right? Project Avalon and the other ones. And then we also have, what's his face? With the sword, right?
Takeshi.
And that's it, right? We got these 2 teams plus Takeshi.
For a second. So currently what you have is the French Resistance at your disposal. Elise LaFleur and Henry LaFleur. What she has the ability of giving you is espionage, so any information or supplies that you might need during battle.
Is this in the chat somewhere?
I'm giving it to you right now.
Because I see the other 2.
We haven't really worked directly with her beyond meeting her in the field.
Okay, Elise and Henry. Is that what you said?
You have Elise, the Lioness, and the Phantom. He has stealth strike capability, and she has espionage, so information or supplies. You have Dr. Stein, which is support technology. Jen Anderson, which is heavy weapons and field repair for any mechanical issues. Heinrich, which is heavy mech, kill shit, bomb shit, shoot shit.
This sounds like fun.
You have Alpha Squad, which is Ace, Mutt, Blitz, Wrecker, Scout, Otter, and Sphinx. You said that you have all of their stuff pinned. And then you have the Knights of Avalon, which is Pendragon, Witchfire, Bulwark, Lancelot, Nimue,
What
Merlin,
does
and
Henry do
Aegis.
again?
Stealth Strike.
Henry.
Henry,
Okay.
the Phantom.
So they're both espionage
Or
and stuff.
Les Phantoms. Yes, they are the French Resistance. They're very stealthy right now. They've been doing good at it.
So we got those 2. We got Jen and Heinrich, and then the other 2.
And you also have on your team yourself, Stormfront, Breaker, Gaston, Hawk, and Voidwalker, which is Takeshi. Your backup is Project Genesis Command, which of course is Davenport and Cross. They are support only. They can give you any information about like the battlefield itself, whatever they can see from the skies.
Well,
from-
they're the men in the chair.
They're the men in the chair.
But Dr. Cross not showing up on the field.
Yeah, they're not showing up on the field.
Whoa! What's everybody shooting at me?
All right, so just so you understand the tactics or the mechanics of what I have built for you here,
Okay.
you can divide forces to neutralize different targets. You can provide artillery positions, anti-air batteries, or supply lines, clearing a path to the Imperial stronghold. So the entire point of what you're building out here is going to be using each of these allied forces, dispersing them, because if you try to do it by yourselves, it may or may not work. I don't know.
Hyder didn't call his friend.
So,
So we need
Bummer.
air and ground teams. Right? Here, sorry. Yes.
I would love to be on the demolitions team.
I can blow stuff up.
And we're trying to assault. I can only listen to so much. That's why it's really helpful to have front of me.
Wait, are you still the
We're
water
trying to
guy?
assault this main compound
No,
or
you.
something.
No, I've never been a water guy.
The air,
Big
air
bad
mist
in this
guy?
town.
Gas.
That's where you're trying to get.
Do we
I
have
pass
to put
gas.
the
That's
tower?
what I do.
No, it's a tower.
Okay.
Basically, between you and them are heavy mechs, the Void Storm, Imperial Air Support, and Revenant soldiers.
That's it? We got this covered.
We got it.
Have we done
Boy,
any,
you ain't here. What do you mean we got this covered?
have we done any,
That's it. Did you not hear me
we
say
done-
that
are we
Heinrich
done
just needs to
with,
call
like,
his best friend?
are we done with
What do you
the
want to say?
description?
Sure.
Do we know anything about the tower itself? Like that last tower had guns like halfway up or whatever?
This does not appear to have guns covering it. It almost seems like a mixture of something out of the medieval times and hell. It looks like it's made of obsidian. It's a very black, dark rock. And twisting spires shimmering against the indigo light.
Trying to
Alright.
remember if that matches what I saw in the throne room.
And we have, I'm assuming we have like air, like planes and stuff, right? I know Heinrich had one.
Heinrich had an airplane, yes.
So we don't have one now.
He can probably fly. He's a
Right,
Mexican.
but they have air strikes. We don't have any air support currently.
Right now, what you have is a whole artillery's worth of super powered individuals.
But not any actual planes or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
You have what type
So,
of
Dan, you should probably, if you want to do any kind of demolition,
Sure.
since
And of course, there's note cards if y'all want to just like
I'm trying to
make some
think.
notes or divide up your team at all.
Yeah, I want to divide the team, but I don't want to take it.
Huh?
Someone else can write it down.
Good luck reading it.
Dan, you want to go? You wanted to do demolition, right? Anyone else have any requests?
Visible.
How are you artillery?
Invisible.
No, I have to write it. So this is my squad, or I'm writing everybody's squad?
Let's just figure out yours for right now. So you're wanting to go do demolition on the tower itself?
Where
Or
would the
on
deep-
mechs, the
Yeah.
mechs in between us and the tower? What are you wanting to blow up?
Yeah, just so we're clear, getting to the tower is not. You're gonna have to get across an entire battlefield.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
So you're wanting to probably take down some mechs, I'm guessing.
Sure. Takeshi and I were very good at that.
With
in-
kneecapping them, that's what I was just
Yeah.
thinking, yeah. Okay, so let's put y'all on a team.
You can be on a team.
I think that you would. I think we should use, before we start attacking specific things, we should probably use Pendragon to like get the advantage. Cause don't we get, yeah, he gives us an advantage on
On a
attack.
specific target.
Yeah, cause he exposes weak points. I think we should pair Witchfire with Lara. Both of them have really good distance attacks. One's fire and one's lightning.
So, Witchfire with Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put our people at the top of the lists.
Yeah, that way, whoever squad they have, that's the person that. So basically, the way that I would say is
Team
that
Ellie.
Ellie could sit there and draw on them during her turn,
Yeah.
using her allied supports and her own power, and then move to the next person.
Ronnie, are you melee or are you distance? What do you fight with?
I am stay the fuck away from everybody and raise them back up after I put a bullet in them.
Yeah, he's a sniper. He's long range.
Okay.
But the undead that he raises are melee usually.
Dan, I think you should also take Bulwark. He's really good up close. That's literally his job, is to kill mechs.
Okay.
And it sounds like he can temporarily disable any weapons that it would have.
We've got Francine Dunn is a pilot if you were looking at air superiority.
She is a pilot, but her power is that she's adaptive.
Yeah. But if we can get one of their planes, she may be able to fly it and help us knock down more.
Also take Lancelot with you.
With me? Okay.
Is that the code name for me?
No.
Oh, that would have been
Your
cool.
code name is Guess.
So Nimue,
Lancelot's pretty cool.
she can't do a whole lot here, can she? Nimue,
She's healing and hydrokinesis.
Which
would you do both?
snow
right?
is made of.
Don't you
water.
do both of those things?
No, I turn into water and I heal myself. She can heal others.
You can heal yourself.
I can heal myself.
Let's put her with Ellie then,
Okay.
since you have healing.
She's basically like Storm.
And let's put Hawk with Ellie too,
Okay.
because they're all. This is all like this will be a team of distance fighters.
Okay.
How often can we use these guys' powers? Do we have like a
So
countdown thing?
once what I'm going to do for this session, instead of actually keeping track of each time you use them and then them running out, what you're going to have is the ability to call on your support troops during your turn. So if you have a turn and you have a certain list of people that are assigned to you, you can use their assist power first, and then your own power, or whatever
Or
way
vice
it makes
versa.
sense.
Yeah.
But everybody only gets one usage per turn.
One assist per turn.
No, just like one power can be used per turn.
Per
So
person.
like, correct. So like if you use Bulwark to do something and then Takeshi to do something, that's it for both of them, and then you do whatever, and then it's got to go to the next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put Aegis. Is that how you pronounce it?
Aegis.
Aegis with Ellie and Hawk,
Okay.
So you can
because he
shield
can
them.
throw up a barrier if they do draw on too much aggro.
Gotcha.
And I'm still thinking about Merlin. He should probably be. I'm gonna be with you, up close.
Up close.
Bunch of shit.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Merlin. I don't know. Can Merlin feed from a distance and still disrupt cybernetic systems from a distance, or does he have to be on it?
Probably to a range. It would depend on how well he does.
Do you think we need more than 2 teams, or is 2 teams enough?
We're trying to cover.
We're trying to make a hole, I guess, in the battle.
So we're just punching a hole,
I'm guessing.
and they're basically artillery
Yeah, they're coming
We're
behind
artillery
us from a
support.
distance. Yeah.
/ infantry.
You think 2 or 3?
I could see having an air team.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an air team. I meant, do we need another ground team?
I mean, we got a lot of people that would make a good second ground team.
That's what I'm thinking.
You've also got some people that might make for a good stealth.
Yeah.
I'm
Such
thinking,
as-
I'm thinking the stealth might be more useful once we get to
Are you stealthy?
Well, you are made of gas, and you are.
I have to get.
He does have to be up close, like he's not a
silent with
distance
that.
fighter.
I'm
He's also seductively.
Alright, start a third
inclined.
ground team with Jen and Heinrich.
Oh, team death.
And I'm kind of thinking I should go with them. If you're jumping, if you're portaling from kneecap to kneecap, I probably need to be with the team that's just sort of smashing around.
Okay.
Drawing the aggro.
And let's put Merlin with y'all
Okay.
to help control some cybernetics if things get out of control.
Wait.
I feel like we're probably just gonna be punching things a lot.
I still have 2 RPGs and 10 auto rifle infantry.
You have 9, I believe. Is
We
it
had
9
12.
undead or
We had 12. For that
12
because
total?
I wrote it down.
Let's put Merlin. Let's put Merlin with us, with me.
Okay.
I don't know if that's useful, but we'll see. All right, so
Glad I remembered that.
Yeah, you got your undead still.
We still got.
yeah, I'm looking at the other team now. Boxer. He's feral. He has feral strength. Let's put him with the tank team.
Okay.
You wanna
his
you
name
wanna
is
take the
Mark.
explosives expert with you,
Sure.
since that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's bullets.
Okay.
How many is on each team?
Right now, 5, 5, and 4. No, 5, 5, 5.
Okay, let's.
So we're 5 by 5.
Give me Wrecker.
Okay.
You take Dottie Scout, because she's really quick, and she might can help you out with
Okay.
being fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then let's put Sphinx with the distance
With Ellie's team?
Yeah, with the distance team, because he can not only anticipate what's going on, but he can also communicate that with everyone else very quickly.
It's also
Not that
probably
we're-
best that he's not.
Not that we all have mic on, but
What about Otter?
I don't know about him, dude. He's like just a swim around the oceans kind of guy. Wherever he wants to go. Same with John. McClay, where do you want to be? Do you want to be on the tank team or on the team that's going to be blowing up kneecaps with C4 or on the distance team that's going to be fighting from a distance?
I should probably be inside the tanks,
Okay.
and then you can shoot.
We're not
parts
in
of me.
tanks, we are tanks. Our bodies
You
are
are
tanks. We're
tanks.
punching things to tank them.
So there's a team that's drawing aggro, there's a team that's blowing things up, and then there's a team at a distance.
Okay, what?
Just a knowledge of you having a knife, you're not very good at a distance.
I have a gas knife. Yes.
So do you want to be on the team that is just literally like punching things a lot, or do you want to be on his
Depends
team
on what
which
I'm
is
punching.
bad guys?
I know, but are they made of tanks too?
Some of them are mech suits probably.
So like,
You need to fight soldiers.
are they dead soldiers?
Well, Hawk hasn't killed them yet.
Hawk has.
I mean,
some
hasn't
soldiers.
risen them yet.
There's a predominant amount of mechanized artillery, robotics, mech suits, droids,
People that don't.
drones.
And the people that are undead.
It's almost like if you can't get enough people to sign on, you build your own army.
Okay, I think if I can get my knife inside like a chink in like the mech, or even inside an undead
You
thing,
can blow it up.
it's still like kill it or hurt it. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
so
blow
do
it
you
up.
want to be on the team with the C4 that blows things up, or the team that just punches?
No, I want to be on the one with punches because.
You're very squishy. We have no healers on our team.
Yeah, and they can't. They'll be trying to punch me, and then it's like I'm not hurt. I'm gas.
I think we have proved that you can definitely be hurt. You have almost died in this
No,
game.
my suit can be hurt. If I get in trouble, I'll just take my suit off.
He's okay with joining the great gaseous
He
forever.
wants to be a
No, I can roll to sustain my gaseous form.
Okay, that's
True.
true. You can
Or
be a
rejoin the gaseous forever.
Or
This is
or
kind of the
ascend.
final, like, second to the last penultimate session here, so.
So, John's with you.
Yes. So, how many people are on each team now?
You didn't decide who was taking Otter.
I
Well,
did.
you know, I don't know. We're
You took Otter?
Otter's
He could
a,
be inside you.
well, he's a saboteur, so I figured he'd fit better in my
An
team.
aquatic adaptation could actually make him good at taking deep pressure, which would actually mean that he has thicker, more resilient muscle structure and skin.
Okay, so tell me who's on each team. And Ellie or Hawk, which one of y'all wants to be the squad leader?
Got it.
Hawk, you're the squad leader.
Okay, for which one?
I'm gonna write it down.
For
you.
team long range.
So I'm gonna put you first then.
Are you?
Do you want me to write down their powers too or no?
It might help.
Yeah.
I got little short descriptions if you need them.
Did I need to say you had a team member that was named?
I don't think I'm spelling some things right. You know what you do.
Here,
I believe Chuck is role playing all of the non-player characters.
Chuck can be Otter. Really angry that nobody thinks he's useful for his aquatic adaptations.
Hey.
Or he could be Merlin, the
Merlin, that's
technomancer.
the one I was thinking of.
What
Namely,
does Sphinx do again?
Jester.
Sphinx is
Sphinx
Thought about
Fix.
it.
telepathy.
Yeah. Jester's dead. Ah, you.
And what was the other thing? Sphinx? Telepathy and knowledge? What's it called?
I'm sorry?
Tactical knowledge? What does Sphinx do?
Sphinx
and
has
tactical knowledge?
precognition, psionics, and sniper. He can do little long range shots because he can see where
Oh,
to
I
put
thought
them.
it was a chick because Sphinxes aren't women.
His
He
name
is
is
an elderly
Albert
black
Freeman.
man. His name is
Sphinx,
Albert.
aren't Sphinxes women?
Not all. of
It's
them.
all a code name thing, you know. When you get a code name, it's not necessarily about gender designation.
Awesome. Lost.
Okay. There's your team. You're the leader. Ellie does AoE lightning. Witchfire does AoE fire. Well, hers is not really AoE. It's like one or two people.
Could be.
Sphinx, telepathy and sniper. And then this person can throw up a barrier to protect you, all of y'all in your team if needed. I have Jen. Heinrich. My team is just everything.
A lot of boom boom.
I have Wrecker. I have, why did I say John? Oh, John. I was like, who's John?
Gaston.
His name, whenever I wrote it on my sheet, was Amos Thanatos.
I don't know what that means.
That's his name.
Animus Thanatos. It was the
Oh yeah,
it was the death wind,
Okay.
the deadly
Yeah.
wind.
that's an I. Okay.
All right, and do you know what all your people do? You got it.
I've got it. My pinned messages.
All right.
All right, so you have your teams divided. You ready to go?
Yes.
All right, so a quick message over the comms comes through. This is it, Bravo team. No more shadows, no more second chances. The stronghold you see before you is the last great fortress of Rasputin's empire. Behind those walls lie his warriors of divinity, the final guardians of his throne. You are not alone. Every soldier here stands because of the victories you've earned. The world stands because of the blood you've already spilled. Now, we finish what we started. As you approach the final perimeter to the stronghold, you see the terrifying scale of the Imperial mechanized army, with dozens of Imperial mechs, the bipedal walkers, similar to the Cycloptean one that you fought, Saurus void-powered tanks, so those big-ass tanks that are shooting energy blasts. You got droid bomber, the drone bombers, which are circling the skies. You've had multiple interactions with those things.
and massive crawler fortresses armed with anti-air batteries. This direct assault could seem suicidal.
We forgot Ace.
She is the adaptive leader of Squad Scion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot to put her somewhere.
So up close and personal, she can adapt to anything that's trying to kill her. She's not very good long range, unless you can get her into a plane.
Should I have her with me? She can adapt to poison gas, so it might be good if John rolls poorly.
Oh, that's a good idea.
They could be in union.
That's a good idea. Roll poorly.
Also, Heinrich.
I found a girlfriend.
Heinrich and Jen are with
She doesn't mind the smell of me.
Yes,
She
Heinrich
adapted
and
to
Jen
it.
are with me.
So
She can breathe me in.
I figure y'all will probably be the ones handling the air drones.
Breathe me in, I'll guess you.
The closest we can get on my team
Yeah.
is
I got
Takeshi,
you.
or I can teleport
And also
to the
Merlin
drone.
can hack some air drones too. So we've got Jen and Heinrich who can fight him up close, and then Merlin who can attack him from a distance.
So I'm looking to you for at least removing their air support.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to remove some of the artillery on the ground.
Okay. I am gonna start out with trying to hack some. See if we can get some of the air drones on our side to fight for us.
Okay, so that's your first maneuver?
Yeah, it's Merlin.
Alright, so give me a roll for Merlin. That's going to go based off whatever. So this is how we'll do it. Whatever your highest stat is will be the stat that he is using, but not... Let me rephrase this.
I had a +3.
If you have a +3, then that's the int he's going to be using to perform his intelligence attack.
12.
Alright, so yeah, he's gonna basically rush in front of you, and he says, "Don't worry, lass, I've got this," and he holds up his hands, and something takes over. His eyes kind of black out, and he seems to just twitch back and forth for a few seconds, and then you see several of the drones start to barrel roll down, spin back around, back behind the other drones, and start dogfighting with them. So he is controlling 3 of the mechanized drones that are in the sky, trying to dogfight with the other drones.
So when we roll for these people and we're rolling off of our high stat, we can't check a bubble. Because
Not for them, only for you.
Okay.
So when you roll for you, that's when you get to check a bubble. These are just making your battle.
does he need to keep rolling to maintain control of these things or no?
We will get to that point with him. If he is something, if something large were to attack your unit to throw off his ability to focus, then yes, he would need to re-roll for his ability to maintain control.
Okay, and can I do something else?
You get a move for each person on your squad.
Okay. For right now, I just want Jen and Heinrich to also be fighting against the other air drones.
All right. So if she's basically
She's
she's
beyond
riding
that,
them,
yeah.
yeah. So go ahead and give me a roll for them as a unit. One would give a +1 to the other.
Huh?
Because they're together, basically it's a help action, so one is going to give a +1 to the
So that's
other.
an 8.
Total, with
Yeah.
the Jin giving Heinrich a plus.
Yeah.
All right.
Classic Heinrich.
So he turns and he says, "Hop on my bullshit, let's go blow shit up!" And then you see him, and they kind of start veering around because several of these drone bombers are shooting at them. He gets winged a few times, and she's like, "Damn it! Don't you see where you're going? If I could fly you, this would go better. Why don't you just give me control?" "Oh, don't worry, my bushy. Everything is going to be okay." As you see them flying off into the distance, fighting with the drone bombers.
That sounds exciting.
All right, so that leaves you with Wrecker, Mutt, and then Ace, and of course you've got him who can make his own decisions for himself and yourself.
Okay,
I
so
can
what?
make decisions for herself.
You can make decisions for yourself.
What am
We
I
can set
like
and
in
light
front of?
stuff as well.
No.
Is there
she
like
makes
some
those.
plain old soldiers in front of me, or is it just a bunch of mechanized mech suits coming at me?
There are not plain old soldiers, but the Revenant soldiers that you had to deal with. The
So
cybernetic.
there's some of those between us and the mechs.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start punching, and everybody will. Everybody's just gonna start punching.
All right. So let's see. 1, 2,
Clearing them
3, 4 for you. So just go ahead and give me 4 rolls.
Was it me?
Oh my god.
So 4, 5, 6, 7.
Let's use that for Frankie.
Frankie. All right. She's got a 7.
Are you gonna tell them all at once after I roll?
Mm-hmm.
12 for either, I don't care, Wreck or Mud, whoever.
All right. Wrecker.
9 for the other one,
Mud gets 1.
and then I'm gonna roll for me. 9.
And
Clay is the only other person on my team.
Gaston, what are you doing?
We're just fighting soldiers right now.
Are they undead soldiers? Ah, they're always undead.
The cybernetic undead. They've got organic bits.
They're
and
even
cybernetic
worse than
bits.
just undead. They're some cybernetic.
They are cyborg like.
Are they gonna assimilate?
They might.
How could they assimilate gas?
I don't know.
I want to see you try.
They will
No,
be-
no, no, never mind. I will stab myself into you with my knife. So I stab him with my knife.
You gotta roll.
I will, but I'm attempting to. How
Okay.
about that? And then I will attempt to press the button that releases me into them. And as I expand, I destroy their insides. Okay, here we go. I have rode well. Because I am French.
Add from your sheet too.
Oh, oui, oui. My sheet.
And bubble in.
Oh, I got bubble. Yeah, bubble. Let's see here. Let's see.
If you stab them with your knife to do the gas release, that's
Gas
actually
release.
just your gas release we're talking about here, then that's going off your energy.
Okay, then we got energy is a 3
All right. So
Put
that's
that in.
plus your.
plus 5
5.
plus 5 plus 10.
So 10 plus 3 is 13.
13.
Nice. You did roll well.
Yes.
All right. So basically, as everybody's moving into the battlefront, you see that Katya has taken her team and just bull rushed right in. All right. So she runs in and she immediately starts directing people around. Heinrich and Jin flying off into the sky. Merlin beginning to concentrate on some of these drones, taking control of them. And as Ace runs in, immediately, just like all this gunfire is coming right at her. And the first few rounds seem to open wounds, like flesh wounds all across, like blood splurts. And she just kind of like grunts and then begins to concentrate, and then all of a sudden the bullets are stopping against her. So she's taken some damage and then adapted to what's going on and starts taking gunfire. As Katya sits there and says, I know how to do that too, and like runs up and starts taking gunfire as they're blocking some of the other big heavy hitters like Gaston. So as they prevent like a lot of this gunfire from coming through to them, instantly Wrecker runs up, taking a hold of Mutt's belt and throws him over the ladies as he lands into a crowd of these Revenant soldiers, and he's just like instantly like and like scratching their faces like he's clawing them apart. There's some sort of very feral nature to him, and Wrecker himself just starts like hitting
Is he
people in the
basically
face.
Kenrick?
Yeah, kind of. Just not built like that. Yeah, kind of like that.
He's built different.
Wrecker starts just like plowing people right in the face, just like one haymaker after another.
Okay.
Cybernetic bits exploding out as Gaston then
Gaston.
leaps over, doing a spinning, twirling flip, landing on the opposite side of the ladies and going, ha! And then like stabs one of the Revenant soldiers right in the chest plate with his gas blade, and he says, "Wee wee," and releases all of his gas as the Revenant soldier goes and explodes
nice.
into a poisonous gas cloud that is now hovering over several of the other Revenant
But
troops.
then those resident troops don't care about the gas.
No, they and like continue going, but it is, as we have set in precedent, flammable.
Oh.
Noted. And moving forward. All right. So next team up, what do we have?
I can move in unless you're ready.
Do you want to do some distance fighting for a second to lay down some cover?
Man, I'm
Or-
ready. What am I looking at?
You're looking at a normal battlefield with a bunch of
You
soldiers
got
and then some mechs behind them.
crap tons of huge mechs.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine like a bunch of
Huge mix.
imagine a bunch of not the Gundams, the other ones.
Mech warrior. The mech
People they
warrior.
were always fighting.
Uh,
Zaku's.
Zaku's.
All right, so like imagine a bunch of Zaku's, and then behind them are like those things from Thundercat. Remember the Thundercats when they had that big
Oh.
mech tower that like assaulted them and looked like a horse? Bunch of those, and then you've actually got mobile fortresses, which are just like tanks, treads with like anti-aircraft, guns, cannons, missiles, and of course you've also got the void-powered tanks that are rolling around. Revenant troops scattered about.
It's a battlefield. Basically, the first thing we're doing is fighting soldiers.
This is the all holy undead of the Russian Empire being launched against you to kill you and stop you from getting to them.
If you're able
You have
to.
a whole bunch of distance fighters.
So this is just it's a battlefield. It's like we're not assaulting a base. It's,
Correct.
There is a tower at the other end, like that y'all are eventually going to try to get to. That is,
A minute away.
like, in between you and there is a Black Sabbath cover.
Okay.
With maybe some of the Man of War thrown in.
So,
Slayer.
so they Dan's team is gonna
Bounty Slayer.
Dan's team is gonna try to use some C4 once a hole opens up for them to get there.
So we're trying to take down like the big munitions, the
things.
tanks, the big bots, things like that. So if y'all can clear the way for us, that'll help us get there faster.
So
And since I've got 2 super speedsters,
so
on
my team is just punching soldiers right now, trying to clear a hole in the
and 2 teleporters.
yeah.
It's kind of-
Your team is all kind of like AoE distance stuff. And you can say what each of these people are going to do. You roll for each of them.
Outside of Ellie.
Except
Ellie
for
can
Ellie,
control
she
herself.
decides for herself. And you decide what they're going to do. And you can just hold off on him to make sure.
Unless you want to roll his stat. So, like, to begin with, if you're going to roll Aegis, you basically, he's going to put up a barrier that if rolled well, so like a 10 plus, for 2 turns that barrier exists. And you don't
Okay.
have to like roll it as a defense. It is the defense. Rolled medium to, well, you're going to have like 1 turn with him doing the barrier, and then poor, he's just going to not do it.
So I just went down my list and rolled for everybody and decided what they were doing.
By the way, I added Pendragon to his team
Okay.
Tactics.
because he didn't get added to any of them.
All right. So
Avoided
I
the
thought you
leaders.
had it.
I want to have Pendragon
Yeah, do
use
them
his
first.
tactics to
Pinpoint.
pinpoint the best.
Area for
The best area for infiltration.
All right, so with your highest stat, that's what you're rolling with. All right.
Okay.
Now you only get to add a bubble in when it's your turn to roll, but with him, he's going to go off of your highest stat, but it's going to count as his intelligence roll.
$11.
Awesome. All right, so what that's going to do is actually add a buff to each of your rolls. So you're going to get an additional point to your rolls based upon his tactics.
Okay. Alright, so I am going to shoot the glasses on the ground. It's just
Does he know that?
he picked them up.
They were on the ground, so then his joke didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So he had to say,
Anyway, moving on. I am going to lay down cover fire. Yeah, I'm going to lay down cover fire.
With your entire battalion, your undead battalion,
Undead battalion
and yourself.
and myself, yes.
Alright, so give me one roll for you and your battalion.
10.
Alright, and then what about
that was-
Witchfires? Is Sphinx going to be doing the same thing basically with you?
Yeah.
Alright, so give me a roll for him.
Alright, that's going to be 10 for Witchfire. And Sphinx is a 5.
Oh my god.
Do you want to use your edge or no?
No.
Not yet.
He's like, that's not even me. What am I
Yeah, he's just
That's
a
not
sniper anyway. He's gonna snipe somebody. Somebody's gonna get wounded off this.
Alright.
It's not gonna be a bad guy.
I'll shoot somebody in the ass.
It's probably gonna be me.
Alright, Stormfront. You're an independent woman, so you gotta do your own roll.
Oh, hold on. He's
And
got one more.
Aegis.
Oh, Aegis? Yeah.
I want a reactive shield for when they start firing back. I get no reactive shield. He looks at me and says no.
What is that total? 3?
6.
6 total.
Like I said, he looked at me and said no.
You don't need no shield. They ain't even shooting back at us yet.
What would you like to do?
Just
He's like,
Lightning some shit?
Like,
Alright.
we don't need a shield.
Rain the
You are the
plasma
shield.
skies. Alright, give me a roll. And remember, you get a bonus point due to Pendragon's tactics.
Have you been adding all the bonus
He has
points?
not.
I have not.
Okay, so
Plus 1 to each.
Okay.
Plus 1 each one. Oh, 7.
So 6 becomes 7.
No, 6.
That's not bad. And 5 becomes 6.
Or 7. It's, yeah.
7 is not as bad as 6.
It is not. 3 is still pretty terrible.
Yes.
Or 5 is 6 is still pretty terrible.
Don't forget you do get a +1, just in case that matters for your roll.
It did.
Yes, you get a +1.
9.
9.
Right.
9.
Alright, so at the edge of the battlefield, basically you see Hawk calling out to his others. Pendragon, he sees the entire battlefield and he says, there, start concentrating fire. Hawks, he agrees, his entire undead battalion starts opening fire. Ballistics and, of course, the rocket-propelled explosives. So RPGs going off, gunfire going off. Sphinx runs up to try and help out, and then all of a sudden he just like, ah! And like blood splurts from his nose, and he falls to the ground, experiencing some psychedelic trip of a premonition he hasn't been able to talk through yet.
That's not good.
Witchfire runs up to cover him and just starts launching mystical flames, and of course Aegis runs up and he says, I can at least protect us for now. And he begins the energy barrier as Stormfront says, protection. Check this out. Let's give them all a moon burn.
oh, we
Good old Alabama beating coming in.
likes to burn people.
All right. So, yeah, you're doing plenty of damage, holding back. I mean, like, you're seeing, like, several of the Revenant troops that are, like, running up, and it's just like, hits the ground. Hits the ground. Another one, pits and pieces hit the ground. All right, and squad, fast movement.
Squad explosion.
So I'm looking at. I've got 2 super speed people that can run in and start disrupting, like basically distracting some of the mechs. Are we able to get to the mechs with the
With the
With
damage,
the
with the
distraction
clearing
and
that we're
damage.
doing, can they reach a map?
It depends on how well you roll.
Okay.
Well, and Takeshi can also void portal you wherever you want to go.
He could.
Ish.
There are void things on the field, and
That
that
has
historically
president, yes, shown that it has caused problems with
messed
this
with his teleportation.
Could he void portal bits and pieces of the mechs away?
No, that's what.
He portals himself. He doesn't
Okay.
open
And one
portals
other.
necessarily.
That's a good idea.
Basically, people that he's touching.
Where did my arm go?
That's what Bull.
He could probably, if he went up and touched it, he could probably take pieces.
That's what Bulwark does. He runs in and starts ripping pieces off.
Well, how's Takeshi teleport? Does he open a portal and step through it, or does he just
Pretty
disappear?
terrible. He just
It's
starts
energy
like
itself
teleporting pieces of
moves.
his spine
Okay,
away.
so it also moves his clothes too.
It moves whatever he's touching.
Pretty
Yeah, so
horrifying
anything
to
he
think
touches.
about.
So if he's touching someone's arm,
He could take their arm if he is concentrating on it correctly.
yeah, and
He'd have
extend
to
the
roll
energy to
really
that.
well.
Yeah.
How well would Otter be able to get in? Like, does he?
And who had Nimue?
Nimue is on Ellie's team, or Hawk's team.
All right, so I don't think Hawk had that written down. Hawk, you do have Nimue, which is hydrokinesis and healing, if you need that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We put the healer over there.
How well would Otter be able to do it? What?
At getting across this battlefield.
I mean, think of him as like Olympic level athletics. He's built for deep pressure underwater conditions. So he's going to be very muscular, very fast, strong.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna probably be working directly with Otter on the sabotage, like trying to take down stuff right next to each other,
Okay.
while I have Lancelot and Scout run distraction.
All right. So if you're running them as distraction, go ahead and give me rolls for them.
Okay.
Lancelot and Scout, 1 per.
Eight
Who are you setting that to?
for Lancelot. And 8 for Scout.
Keep it even.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and have Takeshi and Bulwark work their way through, because Takeshi's got the Void Blade that seems to be able to cut through basically anything.
Mm-hmm. He's got 2 actually.
And Bulwark can run through and just
Bulldoze.
rip stuff apart. I'm
Right.
picturing him basically like Juggernaut.
Yes.
So
but more Scottish.
even better. So I'm picturing the 2 of them going through and basically bulldozing a path so that we can run along on either side of that path and start planting explosives on kneecaps that didn't get knocked out.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me a roll for both of them.
Okay. Takeshi got 12. Bulwark got a 9.
All right, and then we have Breaker and Otter.
Breaker and Otter are running down the path, setting explosives on either side as sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we've cleared the way enough that Blitz can punch in and make a big hole.
Now
at the very
remember,
tip.
the way Blitz works, he doesn't have to be very close. The way that his explosives work are actually kind of like finger missiles, if
Oh,
you've
okay.
ever done that magical spell.
Okay, like arcane, yeah,
Where you go, pew pew.
Magic-
Kyle did it at one point. He basically just launched a whole bunch of finger missiles.
magic missiles.
Like the actual fingers come off.
Yeah,
That
for
was
like
you.
energy pointing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pew pews.
It'd be cooler if like the fingers came.
Okay.
That'd be more Tomish.
I read it more as he basically would go supernova.
He himself probably could explode if he wanted to, but the way that it works is that he launches explosive.
Okay,
It'd be like him throwing a grenade made of
Okay.
energy.
gotcha. Then while we're going down the center, he's also going to be following Bulwark through,
And just like, as he clears path, just launching side to side.
launching side to side.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'll go ahead and roll for him first.
Go for it.
Don't say
Blitz got a 7.
Just don't say meat.
Wait until Breaker and Otter make their rolls.
Otter,
Neat.
that's pretty neat.
That's as neat as it gets. Apparently, this is not water. He started laying on his back, taking the seashell, and cracking it into a clam. Oh, you really? Already? You're going to use this for... See, Dan's going to save every one of his helpers.
He said I won't need it long enough, or I
7.
won't have it long enough to
Alright.
get it.
Otter got a 7. And Shadowfang and I get 7 plus 2 is 9.
All right, Takeshi's carrying your team. All right. So as you start out, Scout and Lancelot start running in, moving at high speed. She's basically just like running through with 2 sidearms, just like real fast.
Yeah.
And Lancelot, not quite as super speed as she is, but
he's
definitely
able to
quick,
stab 'em.
agile. He's flipping over people, spin kicking their legs out from under them, making several different parries and thrusts. He's doing all sorts of swordsman type stuff. But there are a few that seem to kind of like knock him to the side, and then he has to like recover and continue to move.
Yeah.
Now, after they start trying to clear the path, comes the heavy rush. All right, so Bulwark just starts rushing through. The actual ground kind of trembles and cracks under his feet as he's like running through. And he's like, "Clear to the side, or you're gonna die!" And then he just like starts beating things like right in front of his face, tackling, picking up, throwing down. Right behind him, Blitz is just like steadily like throwing these bombs off one after the other until he reaches a mech, which just like squares off and just like plows its fist right into him, and he's holding it. He's just like, and like his feet dig into the ground and start moving back a little bit, and he's like, "Not today!" All right. And so then Blitz is obviously like taking cover behind him, trying not to get hit.
Yeah.
All right, and then you've got
Otter and me.
Otter. Basically runs in trying to help you. Y'all are trying to get the C4 onto one of these large mechs into the kneecap, and as you're doing so, several Revenant troops start coming up behind you. They're like grabbing hold of him, he's fighting them off, and then they're trying to reach to you as all of a sudden several indigo energy slashes cut through their bodies as you see Takeshi, and he says, "Finish your work."
Finish it.
All right.
Let's get this over with.
So he definitely kind of saved your team right there.
Yeah. We may not be spectacular, but we are perfectly average.
Alright, so now the way that most of these recovery rolls are going to, or defense rolls are going to work is you're going to be rolling for yourselves. Your team, if they are covered by a large shield, that doesn't count because they're basically already getting the defense roll.
Yeah.
So, for the team that is not long range, guarded by Aegis right now,
Yep.
which would include Cat and Breaker.
Yep.
So I need a defense roll from Katya, Gaston, and Breaker. Whatever your best defense is, whether it's taking it like a champ, or gassing out of the way, or
I'm just gonna be like
like a champ too.
dodge. Like I'm like doing the
Franche dodge.
I'm doing the French dodge, which is like it's like this. And like I just happen to dodge everything that comes at me.
I love it.
Yeah.
The
I was picturing it more like.
air guy that's in the front.
He's the wacky inflatable arm too.
That's literally what I look
Yeah,
like.
that's when he runs. He does.
He's
that.
a suit.
He doesn't have to.
He's a
He could
survival
look
suit.
really
Yeah.
buff.
With
I look
gas.
buff, but
He chooses not to look buff. He could look really
it's a
buff.
lot of concentration to like make myself into the shape of muscles.
8 on the title armor.
But yeah, I rolled 6, a 6
Plus your
plus my what are we doing?
speed.
Speed.
It's either speed or endurance, durability.
Durability is a little bit better. And I figured I finished circling in those little guys. And that means I can circle in one of these, right? This improvement thing?
Start over with your bubbles and bubble in that next one.
Alright. And
I
so
already gave
that's,
myself a bruise.
that gave me a 7 total.
What did you
Because
get?
I have a 1 durability. It's just a nylon suit.
I already checked bruised.
Alright, so basically they're at the team.
Wait, hold up. I checked a bruise, but please tell me this has not come from a bullet from behind in my booty. Like, from whoever that sniper was that failed so bad on his roll.
Right up Main Street! What the hell? No. But
Okay.
so basically Team Slapaho, they're sitting there and they're like
I
doing
don't
their
want that to
thing.
be your name.
Chocobitch? Chocobee?
Chubby.
Chippewa? So Team Tuffy is sitting there and they're doing their thing, and then all of a sudden you see one of those plasma tanks revs up, all the energy rushing into the turret unit, and just you see this rail of light basically traveling across the entire field. As Katya sees it, she's like, "Not today, motherfucker!" and like jumps in the way of it. It was impressive, but like she's blown back into a crater in the ground, just like, and you see her like kind of sizzling and simmering as Gaston's right next to her, and he's like, whoop, 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 and like dancing from side to side, and like just does like this question mark position as the laser beam like travels right past him, and he's like, "That would have been very bad." But most of the team, it was like blown apart or pushed back into the crater. So they're going to have to try and reconstitute or get their wits back about them. Now, Breaker, what was it you said you rolled again?
8 on my title armor.
Alright, so as you're planting the explosives and you're like trying to jump off, explosions are going off, and alternate mechs are turning around and just like right into your face, but you're like, title armor, rah! Splash apart, and like you're trying to puddle and pool and come back together. Alright, so give yourself a bruised. Gaston ended up fine. And of course, as the missiles start raining down like hellfire from the skies,
Oh, did you throw it?
Hawk just sits inside the energy bubble looking up going, huh, as he sees the explosions going off all over this invisible force field. Aegis has held the line for you. Alright, now, as you're continuing to try and reconstitute your attacks, high-pitched static starts to go off in each of your earpieces.
I don't have an earpiece.
and it's like something trying to tune in to.
Oh, it's about to be Christopher Walken.
Duh, my friends.
Oh, Stein. I remember
During
this.
my captivity, I installed little insurance. The Imperial drones still run on my original designs, much like children who do not know their parent has returned to beat them. I have prepared Protocol 4.2. If you can deliver my algorithm into command mode, I will seize control of entire mechanized host, and Sarist army will devour itself.
Oh, well, that's perfect. We'll do that.
Alright, so he actually uploads.
Is he uploading something into my brain?
Well, he's just sending.
You don't have a
coordinates.
brain.
I don't have a brain.
because
You're
this
made of
is-
gas.
This is previous
I
to
made
like
of gas.
digital technology or whatever.
Yeah.
But he is giving you coordinates. The target is the central drone control node. It's a fortified relay tower about 1.5 kilos behind the enemy line. Kilometers.
What's a kilo?
Just put it in. Put
It's
it
roughly
in
1,000
miles,
meters.
okay? Like we are
1,000
not
meters?
British
What's
here.
1,000 meters?
You're overseas.
How many feet is that?
Right. How many cosmic cubic thingies is this?
How many feet?
Oh,
Oh, we're looking it up on our devices.
that's at least 6.5 cosmic cubic meters.
That's a
Okay,
lot.
but how many kilos is it?
It's 1.5 kilometers away from you.
Hey Siri,
So it's about 1,500
how
So
many
five-
miles is 1.5 kilometers?
Not even.
It's not even a mile. Yeah.
1.5 kilometers is 0.93 miles.
It's not even a mile.
Thank you.
Which way is the
This is
wind?
amazing technology you have in the past, guys.
Which
3
way is the
miles
wind
is
going?
5
Because I could just
Okay,
take my
this
suit
is
off
a
and
mile.
roll
Like
over.
we can literally walk this in a few minutes if we like. If
If
we
you
don't
Just
have to punch
walk
our
the
way
circle
through.
of our street. That's a mile.
I know. If
Right.
we didn't have to punch
Just
our way
between
through.
you and that is a whole bunch of people
I
trying to kill
have
you.
an
But
idea.
yes.
I could strip naked right here. I'm Russian now.
What?
And then I could just
Do
blow
Russians do
over
that?
there if the direction of the wind is correct.
But you're gonna dissipate.
No, I can roll to make sure I don't.
But then what will you do once you get there?
Then I will wait. I will flip the switch and then wait for you.
That's a terrible idea.
It's a perfect idea.
Don't do this, please.
Okay, so the protocol, he's actually got it uploaded into Heinrich because he is actually a mechazoid which is able to adapt the information and inject it into the power node for you.
Okay.
So Heinrich has, basically he's the carrier. He's got the
They
package.
heard the message too.
Let's get the package.
All of you heard the message. And he works directly for Stein, so yeah.
Okay, so Heinrich's still up there like shooting.
Stein's his
things,
dad.
right?
Stein built it.
Right.
What?
He's
Yeah,
a
he's
little-
flying around in the sky right now with Jin on his back, and she's like, and he's like, kill them all!
Okay, so and we still have some drones that are fighting for us.
You have 3 that are actually fighting for you.
Okay. Are we doing our turn again?
You are coming back to your turn. Just that's the information that you have to work with right now. Stein seems to think that he has a secret weapon that can help turn the tide of battle.
Okay. So, we obviously need to like head that direction. So we start punching things that are in that direction.
Right. So you actually see where it is. You're like, oh, that's not even that far away.
Right.
I mean, I'm hurt right now, but I can get to that.
I'm not in the crater anymore. I crawled out, okay?
You crawled out of the cradle. And you're like, why didn't you shoot me in the eye? I could have taken it.
Right, exactly. So we're gonna
Rock
start
Eye is my name.
punching things that are in that direction
Alright.
between us and the thing, and I'm gonna tell Heinrich about the thing too, and tell him that we're heading that direction.
Oh, the thing's not over there.
Ja, mein Katja, I will do this. I will crash into thing and upload all of my digital bits. They will know. I have been there. That is true.
Okay. So I need to roll for everyone again, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not using this one. It just got me another one. See, you can tell which one I'm not using anymore. You're sitting on.
We have a dice
Now,
roll somewhere.
you did have a large explosion which came through, so Merlin's going to have to roll to continue contact with the 3 drones. Which it looks like he does.
13.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's actually going to be able to not only maintain control of them, but he also incorporates 2 more into the strike, so 5 total.
11 for. What are we doing? I guess Heinrich first.
All right, and did you add the +1 with Jen being with him?
12.
All right, so Jen and Heinrich get a 12.
Ace gets a 7.
Again.
Did she get a 7 last time?
She sure did.
She's just struggle busting right now.
She's got her to adapt, I guess.
Struggle bus.
12 for record.
Again. Wow.
10 for Mutt.
All right, so he only had a 9 last time. This is doing better for him.
Ooh, I would like to
Yeah.
reroll.
Katja
I would like to reroll.
gives me the blue chip of destiny.
Well, it's better than it was.
Friendship of destiny.
All right,
Am I-
and
am I
Gaston.
more bruised now?
Has not rolled.
Gaston has not rolled.
Gaston will roll now. He knows the tower. He's trying to help his friends.
How come I'm rolling really well for everyone else and really poorly for me?
You rolled exactly the same for Ace and Wrecker as you did last time. 7 and 12.
Don't they roll?
Wrecker is actually your
You're
best
rolling
fighter.
to probably stab your knife into someone
I'm
again.
gonna stab my knife into you. Oh no!
Or you could explode your gas.
I should have done that. Let's see. what is
The
it?
roll would have been the
That's
same.
not too bad. That's 6.
Plus your highest.
No, it's not.
Plus your
6.
energy state.
Wait, no, that is 6. Remember that time that I said I rolled 6 and I added 1, I had like 7? I had actually rolled 12 and I added 1. But you caught it. And I just
Tell me
rolled
again
it.
how cool your dice are. Can't
Yeah.
even tell what you're
They're
rolling
really cool.
there, buddy.
So this is a 6 by itself.
That is 6
Plus a 1. And
plus
then,
your stats.
And then I'm gassing someone with my
Energy.
gas.
Energy.
Even though it's coming out of my knife, the tip of my knife, it's me coming out of it.
So your energy.
And it's 3. And I'm gonna write
So
that
that's
down
10.
there. I just punched a hole there, so I had forever plug that in. So that's 10.
All right. So basically, as you're starting, Merlin, he gets up and he continues to try and focus on the drones, pushing himself even harder, gaining control of more of the drones, which are now turning and fighting the other drones in the sky, keeping them.
Is Merlin like a techno Merlin?
He is a technomancer.
That's cool.
So he's got control of 5 of those drones, which start fighting the other ones, which were keeping Heinrich and Jen occupied, freeing them up to actually deliver the payload to the tower. Which Heinrich just like starts laughing maniacally. Yes, let's do it! Let's kill them all! And Jen's like, no, focus. We just got to get it uploaded. And he's like, and then kill them! Yes, my mushy! So he's flying directly towards the tower. They're shooting shit all over the place, blowing up. He's having a gas. But you know who else is having a gas? Gaston. As he runs right in front of you, and he's like, I will clear the path. Oui, oui. And he stabs another one, and he goes, and just like blows up. Gas like pushing all sorts of people back, and they're like, I am dead, but I am coughing. And then
Wolverine's revenge.
Wrecker runs up, and he's just like picking people up. And like, oh, this thing is I'm gonna throw it somewhere. It's like, what? You touch it, I think I'm like knocking something over. Wrecker just keeps picking people up and like throwing them to the sides, ripping an arm off of one, and like smashing it into another, analyzing the machinery and saying, I think I could build something like that when I get home. And just like continuing forward. Mutt ripping through people. He's like, him and Wrecker basically running side by side. They ditto with each other. As Ace and Kat finally run up and they're like gaining distance, they're getting right close to the tower, and they're like, okay, I think we can do this. You can adapt to anything. You can take any kind of like damage to your eyeball. And as they're talking, they like run up, and this large mechanized unit turns around and just starts like unloading all hell on them. Huge minigun, just like And Cat's like, ba-ding, 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 right off one eyeball and the other. Bullet's like, just she's armored, all right, but it doesn't look like she is.
That's true.
She looks soft and pretty, but like hard on like a cellular level. But she and Ace basically start taking fire, and they're pinned down right where they're at in the mud. They basically dive into a trench, and they're trying to maintain cover. So Heinrich's en route, but he's going to need some help clearing more of the path, because as they're getting closer to the tower, they realize that mech isn't the only one. There's about 3 of those large mechs that are covering the tower, keeping it safe. Yes.
I just realized we forgot about Henry and Eloise or whatever her name is.
Elise and Henry? Yeah, you did.
They were busy sneaking into the tower.
Okay.
They were
We'll
busy.
go with that because I just
sneaking
forgot
around.
they existed.
They
There's
are
too many
stealthy.
people for me to keep up with right now.
Lioness and Phantom.
They're on a separate, unremarked route around the battlefield.
They're actually like trying to sneak into the main place. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill dude.
There's a sewer,
currently
right?
tunneling.
This is the French Resistance. We are in the sewers.
They tunneled under the battlefield
Yeah.
to come up in the tower.
I should have had somebody with them named like Mole or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Le Beau de Mole. Le Beau de Mole.
Lebo.
Alright, now Hawk's team, you're up next.
Okay.
Basically, we just started punching our way towards the tower thing that we need to be at.
Don't blow up the tower thing.
But you still have the buff.
Or
from
do.
Pit
That's
Dragon.
kind of, I feel like, maybe what our point might be, right? What happens when
No.
we blow it up?
You need the tower thing
I know
to
we need to, like,
broadcast
upload the thing,
signal.
but, like, what happens if we blow it up?
It doesn't broadcast the signal. You have to
Oh.
find another node.
Oh, yeah, we need the node. Don't blow up the node.
Stein would be like very cross with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what?
One job! I gave you
What's
one
he gonna
job.
do? Like, I can just picture him in his little compound yelling at us from across Russia by himself. What's he gonna do? Kick
Oh, yeah.
something? Like,
What did Ace do?
She was with her,
Okay.
and they're basically.
we're stuck in a trench getting shot
Yeah,
at.
we're both taking the shots.
My eyeballs are doing awesome, though.
She's bad mouthing each time. She's bad mouthing.
Well, listen.
What's he gonna do? Kick
Listen,
something?
no. When we
He's not
encountered
stunned.
this guy, he literally sat on his booty while we went and fixed his station for him.
Translation: he was repairing an intensely advanced cybernetic system, making sure that a computer algorithm was reprogrammed,
Right.
and telling these grunts, "Go figure out what's eating my power."
I am
cords."
not a grunt, thank you very much.
She's got armored eyeballs, and she's really, really armored, but like doesn't look like it.
She's great.
Cellular density, I think, is what you really have.
Oh, like what?
Superman's really pretty.
If you're
Right.
not
So was Supergirl.
a general, if you're not in the back telling people what to do, you're a grunt.
Speaking of, in the back telling people what to do, what you got?
Pendragon
Kill 'em all.
is going to.
Does he have to keep rolling for Pendragon, or does that advantage just stay?
He has the advantage for 2, so
Okay.
2 rounds he has that buff. So he
Oh, okay,
still
this is the
has
second
that.
round. Okay.
Okay.
You still have targets.
Kill them
Alright, so
all.
we have targets. Alright, so I want to go after the targets that he is pinpointing.
And of course, Pendragon does have like a really awesome sword, but at this distance, it wouldn't matter.
He's using it to point.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Over there. Is that the promised sword, Excalibur?
Go in.
It is pointing the way.
Go in that
And then it
direction.
shoots a laser.
Quickly, drive the tank closer. I want to cut him with my sword.
Feel the magic, feel the roar. Over there, I see. Sight beyond sight, tell him what the fuck to do.
I am going to open fire with my men.
All right.
Nice.
Just want to see something
That's
cool.
what she said.
In Ireland, these lids don't come out because these
Yeah.
are the hardest things to recycle in the world, really, because they're the most dense things. So in Ireland, they open like that. They just stay there.
They just pop open.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Alright, you got a 10 for Hawk and his men, and then, assuming Sphinx, we need to roll a recovery for him to see if he can actually get up.
Okay.
To finish his premonition.
I want Witchfire to continue attacking as well.
Okay.
$10.
Alright, 10 for Witchfire, 10 for Hawk.
Mm-hmm. Actually, 11 for Hawk. So I forgot about the plus
Your
one.
plus, yeah.
Yeah. Sphinx is going to be. Oh, he gets to see things now. 11.
Nice.
I smell colors.
Look, do you smell that?
Memway, I'm going to have that person heal Sphinx from his nosebleed.
That's a good idea.
He makes it work.
No way.
What's that, a total of like 5?
Total is 6.
Alright, 6 from Nimue.
Mm-hmm.
And Aegis's shield is still maintaining right now for the next.
It only went for the last
It
round.
only went for the last round, that's right. So if you want to continue it, you need to roll for him.
And moon.
You're dangly, Sean.
11.
Nice. Alright, and Stormfront.
Let's do it.
Helicopter.
You got a helicopter?
We were staring at John's dangly, sorry.
It's beautiful.
It's got a little knob at the end.
It's very long. Seems a little flimsy though.
It's not. It's not in its hard state.
Just shoot lightning at
You're gonna shoot lightning, yeah.
And then you get a plus 1 as well.
7, 8, 9.
For Stormfront again.
I'm really starting to
Alright,
think that
so-
extra plus 1 matters.
Basically, Nimue runs over and she places her hands onto Sphinx's head. She's trying to heal him as you see like the water kind of like emanating from her and then swirling in this bright light. It's like glowing liquid floating around him. She's able to heal him, but by taking the damage into herself. As she begins to have the nosebleed and fall to the ground, he sits up and he goes, "Oh, holy hell! Whatever's in that building over there ain't good. And by not good, I mean holy hell is inside that place. If we even get through this and in there, I don't know if we'll be able to survive. I saw something truly devilish, demonic. It will devour your soul."
Well, you said holy hell, so we get to fight a contradiction. I'm excited.
As he says that, Hawk's like, cool.
Anyway.
As they're just like shooting at the tower, and Witchfire continues to like lob fire as Stormfront steps right behind
This
her. And,
is
like,
Tuesday.
lightning's coming down. Not quite hitting pinpoint strikes, but she's still providing a lot of burn damage to those that are around the tower. All right, and we have team move quick,
Alright.
or team don't get shot.
So, team move quick.
Now,
is
the tower,
going to-
you know about the tower. You know that there's 3 mechs surrounding it right now. One of them is keeping
The team
Cat
from getting
and
in.
yeah, they're keeping Cat and Ace pinned down.
Pin down.
How far are we? Like, are we close enough that we can move over to help?
Yeah, you're very fast and teleport, so
Yeah.
you can move to help them if you want to. Heinrich just needs one more good turn to get in.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna move to assist them getting in. I'll go ahead and get the speed team over there first, with us following up behind.
Okay.
I think Lancelot is gonna help Scout so that she gets that +1 on the speed. So
Okay.
he's basically going to slingshot her so that she can do more distraction. So she got that +1 from him, which puts it at a 10. And then Blitz. No, Bulwark is going to lead the way for the rest of us.
Mhm.
He's going to basically run through, and we'll see how close we can get before I.
How's that?
Right now it's a 9.
9.
That's not bad.
I'm willing to go with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and Blitz coming up behind him. Is he helping clear it path?
Yeah. I'm gonna have Otter helping him basically tossing explosives that he then explodes
Okay.
to try and make them bigger explosions. Didn't even need the help. That's a 12, 13.
All right, 13 for Blitz. And then we have Breaker and Voidwalker.
We're gonna
At this point, with Bulwark, Otter, Lancelot, Scout, and Blitz, you would be able to clear your path to the mech that's causing the problem.
okay. So the two of us will go ahead and try to take down the mech.
Okay? And how are you going to do that?
Just the two of us.
Very carefully.
I'm going to point out the weak points on the mech to give Voidwalker a
So you're going to be the help action for him?
yeah.
Okay.
Which bumps that to a 10.
Nice. All right, so basically what you got going on is you command Bulwark to rush behind Scout and Lancelot. Lancelot starts just like running through, cutting, stabbing, taking down several things, and then he turns around, puts both hands down, and Scout runs up and he launches her over as she moves at super speed, just shooting several things. As Bulwark then rushes through, just like, get out of my way! And you see debris and rubble just kind of like flying to the sides, but at the last second there is a mechanized fist which just like slams him right in the face, and he like hits the ground, gets up, and just starts going toe to toe with this big mech warrior looking beast of a Russian soldier, just like they're just slugging each other one after the other. As they're doing that, you've got Blitz, who then comes up, rushes around, and just like he and Otter are just like throwing explosives everywhere, which gives you the complete opportunity to rush in and basically form a geyser with your hands as you shoot Takeshi up into the sky, and then he vanishes into like this void mist, just like, and then all of a sudden Ace and Kat, as you're in the trench and all of this gunfire is coming down, you hear this as you look over the trench, and you see that Takeshi had taken several different slashes with both of the void swords, his and the one that Ellie was able to attain for him, and he has taken down the mech, which was guarding right on that side of the tower that you were at, which was keeping you pinned in the trench. And he lands right in front of the trench and he says, I see, you need my help again.
And I'm glad y'all have such
If
a
we were
good
in the middle of a
relationship.
battle right now, I'd snatch your sword up again. Sassy.
All right, now,
He is sassy.
Everybody, except for those underneath Aegis's shield, because his shield is now up for 2 turns. Everybody else, if you're on Team Teleport or Team Hit Him in the Face, if you're a player, go ahead and roll your defense.
Is that me?
You and Dan and John.
I will roll that defense. If I fail, I will roll again.
15. I'm tired of being pinned down.
You stop.
5?
High five.
High five!
It feels more successful if you say high five.
Oh, I like that shirt. This is the new Superman. I'm excited about
I
that.
am excited.
For those at home, Ronnie is wearing a Superman shirt from the new James Gunn Superman movie, which I hear is going to be amazing. Brought to you by James Gunn. Okay, so that's
Not a sponsor.
not a
Just a really
sponsor.
cool movie.
Not a sponsor.
Just looking forward to Guy Gardner.
He just paid me money. That's all.
We hope it's just a really good movie.
So that's 5 plus. What am I doing? Defending. Oh, we're gonna roll again. Thank you. That's my only edge. I just
Edged it right up.
blew my edge. Oh, that's 1 better.
7 plus what?
So 7, which is the luckiest of all numbers.
Plus your durability.
Plus, which is 1.
8.
Is that all I need?
Well, you need at least
That's
a
pretty
7.
good.
All right. Can I can't dodge with flare though.
No,
Yeah.
you're not dodging with flare this time.
Yeah. Can I bend down to like pick something up and then barely miss getting hit by a missile because I
Alright, so this is what's happening.
Okay, you do.
Basically, as you run up to the control node, the little tower, which you're trying to infiltrate and get Heinrich into, you run up and instantly one of the other 2 mechs that is still surviving, they see the other one fall, start maneuvering around, and a missile launches right into the ground, exploding as he runs up and he's like, oh shoot, wee wee, and he like goes to bend out of the way and just like explodes back and like hits the ground and explosion. Yeah.
I say ow.
1 damage, 2 damage, and as
I
that
get damage.
occurs,
I am bruised.
yeah.
My gas
More
is
than-
bruised.
As that explosion goes off and the fire and debris starts to clear, you just see Katja right in the middle of it, and she's like, I don't think so. And she gets an instant retaliation off of that, if you want to take that against one
Sure.
of the mechs, because you rolled very successfully. They have a direct opening, which you can roll to get into.
Oh, get in the opening.
Do it. Roll. Do it.
Get
See
all
how
up
much
in that
damage you can do. Alright, so as she's moving forward, Ace is like, wait, and Kat turns around and she's like, shh, reaches into Ace's pocket and pulls out a stogie, sticks it in her mouth, and she's like, I think this looks cool. And then she just runs up to one of these mechs as it's like starting to try and reload its missiles, and just whips out her big squad automatic rifle and just like right into its face. And it's like, it's still able to function but can't see where it's at because like all of the camera unit is like gone, and it's like falling backwards as one operational mech still guarding the tower. Alright, now back at the top of the turn, we need one more good roll from Heinrich and Jin if they're going to be able to make it to the tower.
Oh wait, I'm not. I was those people. I don't know what I was doing. For a second I thought it was Heinrich.
10. Alright.
I like
So-
that you looked like you.
Well, one of them
Neat.
was a 1. It, like, without my 3, it would have been a 7.
Oh yeah.
So basically, his cat's sitting there and she's like still shooting into this mech, which is like falling to the ground. She's got this stogie sticking out of her mouth. She's cackling maniacally. You see all of the rest of the teams
Cackle
just like look
stoically.
forward. You got lightning, which is shooting down, fire, everything. This whole battlefield looks like complete chaos. But in the middle of that chaos is a tiny robot inside of a bigger robot.
being ridden by a beautiful mechanic
As
crashing into this tower. As they do, Heinrich starts to laugh and he says, "What do I do now?" And Anderson's like, "Dude, upload the program."
Yeah.
What program?
What?
My mushy. The program, and then over the intercoms, "Duh, you stupid robot, upload the program." Oh, I totally
I left that on the couch.
As he like lifts up one of his arms, which just transforms into. But
Oh, that's a weird
not
sound.
copyrighted.
Yeah.
I think I am with
Plugs
you,
directly into the control mode, and as you see that, his eyes just like start glowing a bright blue, and then all of the other mechs on the field, you see them stop in their paces as their eyes begin to glow a bright blue.
And then they're like,
As you hear all of them, "Da, comrade," and then go directly to attention. All of the gunfire from the Russian Imperial forces has ceased.
We go in.
Eerily calm all of a sudden. Just like instantly. Eerily calm.
I am ready to go in.
We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, head over to our website, SaturdayNightGamingLLC.com, for some more fun content. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, this is Laura Hibbard with Saturday Night Gaming signing off.